And you're listening to us right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. It is the radio with a difference. And of course, you want to encourage you now that what we will be doing now is listening to a rebroadcast of the Lall Show, encouraging you to join us tomorrow at 3 p.m. for a special Christmas Day edition of the Lall Show. It's titled "The PPP Move into Parliament on Wednesday to Legalise Thievery on Our Oil Money." Hear more about it on the Lall Show tomorrow, Christmas Day at 3 p.m. That's going to be a live program, a special edition. So we hope that you are going to join us, and you are going to tell your friends and family to join us here on the Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Without further ado, we head into the rebroadcast. Join us tomorrow at 3 p.m. or 15 hours for the special edition of the Lall Show right here on your favorite radio station. It is 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Happy holidays to all of you here, and we now head to that rebroadcast.
Let me just inform you guys that they are still interfering with my website, the Kaieteur News website. Every time we put up a firewall and take it down, minutes after that, they're fizzling with it, trying to corrupt the web page. So you guys have to bear up. You guys who read the Kaieteur News online, just bear up for that 5, 6, 7 seconds delay to get to read the Kaieteur News. It's a firewall we put up there. And if we don't do that, you guys can't read the Kaieteur News. I don't know, or I don't want to blame anybody. You guys just have to read through the lines, what is happening. Maybe in their eyes who are doing it, we are doing something wrong. Yes, informing you, the Guyanese people, what is going on is wrong. I laugh almost every day when my IT guy would say, "Mr. Lall, they're messing with the website every day." I know they used to do it a few years back. They had blocked the website from China. We were reporting a lot on the Bai Shenlin episode, in which the PPP had given away almost half of Guyana to Bai Shenlin. And when we were reporting on those things, when they were fetching out our timber by the boatloads, and they're still doing it on to now, they had blocked Kaieteur News from China. I couldn't do much about that. That's their right. They can block it wherever they want to. But on the web pages online, they have people fizzling with it right now. I saw just looking at the news, China, America, the world is accusing China now for interfering with businesses' emails right across America and Canada. I was just looking at the Canadian news. So, guys, you got to bear up. There are forces from all over trying to tackle, trying to let you guys don't know what is happening, how they are fetching out and fetching away our wealth. So just bear that in mind. Tonight's topic I want to touch on is how our leaders turning their eyes away from billions of US dollars and running after a few pennies. Yesterday, I had a few drinks with a few friends, and I asked them if the total oil money out there is valued at $1 million US, how much them think Guyana will get out of that million US. Two of them said 200,000. One said 100,000, and another one told me 25,000. What do you think? What are your figure in your mind?
Zero.
What is your figure in your mind, Miss?
Zero.
Well, I told them they're all wrong. Guyana is getting $1 single out of that million US dollars. They were like, what? I said, yes, that's what it is, and that's the way it is. With the way our leaders running our affairs of this oil sector. Guys, the way they're running it, it may change from 1 US to 1 Guyana dollar. Because it's a set of penny wise and pound foolish leaders we have in this land. People who can't separate their behind from their brains. Did I say good night? Let me say good night and namaste again to all of you. Guys, imagine we are living in a first world neighborhood and still has the third world mentality where they're doing a set of foolishness. Man, something is wrong. And I do not have the answer. I need help to understand what is going on in this land. A listener of this program sent a message to me saying that her 85-year-old relative feels like crying when she listens to my program. It saddens her to hear what is going on in this land. Guys, it's sickening. Mom, you have to pray for these leaders. They need it to wake up and bring about that change. They can only do so if they are honest and incorruptible with this oil. So guys, we got to help. We all got to pray for these people. And you know, if we don't get them changed, we are dead. We are doomed. So please pray for them. A while back, Kaieteur News reported how ExxonMobil has been paying huge sums of money to import drinking water from the United States when they could have bought water from our own banks, DIH or DDL, that would put a few cents in the worker's pocket and in the company's pocket. That is part of local content. We don't know how much they were paying for that water. Maybe it was $1,000 per bottle. Just maybe. I don't know, because we are not seeing any cost whatsoever from the oil companies. So I can only guess is $1,000. And I think I am right, knowing how these oil companies operates with costs. Yes, inflated costs. We also reported how the oil people flying first class in their own American Airlines plane at a price $4,000 to $6,000 US per ticket, when Caribbean Airline first class ticket is $1,800. Are you see what's playing out there?
Yeah.
When that was exposed, our Vice President Jagdeo said that he will look into that and make sure they do not throw those kind of expenses on us. I don't know to date what has happened with those issues. Guyana, ladies and gentlemen, fellow citizens of this country, expenses in any partnership business is most important in securing maximum profits. Any idiot knows that. If your partner is giving his brother contracts, you gotta watch him, because he could inflate the cost on the business. At all times, one has to watch out how money is being spent. If you have a business partner that is siphoning off the cash by giving his family contracts, then it is time to watch him with all your eyes wide open, because he can and will take you for a ride. You know which ride you're talking about, right? Yeah, man. He will rob the hair off your head if he get a chance, he would take off your shorts too. Through his families, they will inflate every project to fill their pockets. Every rentals or supply boats or transportation services, they will rent 3 and 5 times over the normal cost and throw the bills in the business. Yes, they spend millions and you will be paying those expenses if you have a partner business. So at all times, you got to keep your eyes on that. It is extremely important. That is one way how to rob your partner. It has happened since Noah built the ark, and it continues to happen on to this day. If you guys know Bernard, Joshua, Miss Harris, if you guys know of any 2 partners that has run a successful business without one of them didn't try to hunch the other, try to rob the other one, please send me a note. I would love to know those individuals. I started this newspaper business with 2 partners, and without going into details, I was left to take over the entire newspaper. Read through the lines. Just read through the lines. Partnership is the worst ship you can jump on, Josh. Don't ever do business with any person. Trust me on that. Don't do business even with your wife or your husband or your children. Them does want to hunch you money draw or your pocket. Trust me on that. You know, old people got a saying, them just have 1,000 ways to kill a cat. Yeah. Well, me Trini friend that died told me they have 1,000,000 ways to rob someone. And if they're stupid, my Trini friend said, you can rob them 1,000,000,000,000 ways. Before he died, he told me, Guyana is stupid. And the more I live, the more I see how dotish we are as a nation. Right now, Guyana is in a partnership with ExxonMobil, and we are getting shafted left, right, and center by the hour every single day with inflated expenses. When I was leaving my friends yesterday, I told them to pay the drinks bill with the dollar we get, and they laughed. At least they say, Glenn Lall, you have a sense of humor. We pumping oil every second of the day and the night, and we can't find little money. Less than 30 million American dollars to put a fiber optic cable with a meter on that drill ship. Foresee how much oil coming up there. Can you believe that? Huh? Guys, can you believe that? We can't find little money to put a meter on the ship that pumping up with oil. But we can find money to do so many other things. Pumping up with oil in which every day we can be shafted 5, 15, 20,000 barrels of oil. Which, guys, if you do the maths, from since they start pumping oil in 2019, we don't lose about 50 cable and meter money. But Jagdeo would object to putting meters because he doesn't want to offend ExxonMobil. He preferred to stuff any stupid thing at the Guyanese people. Man, somebody tell me something. Who we have here as leaders? Bernard? Hear this one, guys. Them going to the bank for loans. Today we carry that story. 292 million US dollars for dump or into GPL. But them can ask the bank for 30 million loan to put a meter so that we can see how much oil pumping up by the seconds. Guys, like I said, that's a story we carry today. The GPL boss, he is asking for that money to stop blackouts. You hear that? 5 years the coalition run GPL and little or no blackouts we had. They didn't even give them money to run the place. It was making enough money to upkeep itself. As soon as the PPP go in office, is blackout and a set of money them throwing in the place. Now they want 292 million US dollar. Guys, they should have borrowed that money to fix the oil sector, in which every direction, so that we can rake in billions to remedy all the problems Guyana has. But they're not doing that. What is going on here, brothers and sisters? Mr. President Ali, please tell this nation something. Mr. Harmon, you have to say something. People in this country are hungry and can barely survive this COVID. Ashni Singh, Winston Jordan, Bharat Jagdeo, Raphael Trotman, please tell this nation something, bro. You know, I normally share this program with about 4,000 people in my contacts. And I would normally put a caption to the program. Friday program, I caption it, Guyana paying 475 million a year to rent 24 boats, while Guyana getting $300 million for the whole year from VIL. Then I said, please God help Guyana. And a lawyer from Canada responded after listening today to my program. And guess what he said? Hurry, God. Yes. The man said, hurry, God. We need help in this land. Man, sometimes I just want to laugh. But it's too serious to do that. You just can't laugh. It's no wonder the 85-year-old woman wants to cry when she listens to my program. I think many of you, too, just feel like crying. As a matter of fact, I've been seeing some of your face through this radio now. How sad you guys are. You gotta lighten up, though. I have said the oil companies using the ballast water section. Josh, you remember the ballast water section of the boat?
Yeah.
There's a special part at the bottom of the boat that is used to full water inside to balance the boat coming back empty for the oil. All ships just use water when they're traveling empty. So when they come here and they throw it out, they just full back that section with oil. Yes, oil. That section can take away over 100,000 barrels. And if I'm not lying, it can fetch over 200 barrels of oil every trip. Is who checking on that, may I ask? Mr. Jagdeo, may I ask you guys that? Bottom line, we are not. So we don't know what they're carrying away. So y'all see what's going on in this land? We don't have a meter to check the oil that's coming up. We are depending on Exxon tricky meter. Well, we must, guys, you must never trust. and we not checking on that section of the ship. How you like that? You hear me?
Not allowed to.
What a Guyana we live in, man. You don't know how much oil coming up, and you have room to fetch weight in the ballast section of the boat, and we don't know what is going on there. What a Guyana we live in. Mr. Ali, Mr. Harmon, please, buddy, please plug up these holes and save Guyana. These poor people who can't even pay house rent with the salaries they're getting. Pensioners, what can they do with that money? Think about these children who are going to school with empty lunch kits, guys. That's the basic thing to do, man. Stop spending those billions, inflated billions, on schools, and take part of that money and fix the meter about it. It can save, it can help this country. I am pretty much certain they are doing that now. Plug it up. After insurance to protect Guyana and we neighbors, the oil meter is the most vital toolkit Guyana and all of us should have. I'm using that phrase, vital toolkit, because those were the words our financial guru Ashni Singh used when he commissioned the insurance company. Mr. Guru, please, a meter to monitor the oil that's coming up is most vital. What you say, Mr. Singh? That's our pocket. Let me ask my president, our president, if he buy a gas station, would he sell gas without a meter? Huh? Guys,
Never.
we selling water, and every home has a water meter. We selling electricity, and every apartment has a meter. Even after the president has one, to see how much current if an alley burning. Wait, man, what happened? Are we naive, backward, or are we playing blind and dumb? Guys, can somebody tell me something? I am tired, man. Guys, you got water? Give me some. Give me some water without a water meter, man. Huh? So I could drink so nobody could check my water. Man, sometimes I gotta laugh as to what is taking place in this land with our gold, our diamond, our bauxite, our timber, and now our oil. Yes, my oil, your oil, all of us oil. We haven't heard a word so far from any of our leaders on this issue. We are an oil producing nation, and we are not hearing anything, not a press conference, not a statement. And if they do say something, you have to check it and recheck it to see if it's true or it's not. Because everything comes out their mouths. You got to take it not with a pinch of salt, brothers and sisters, but a pound of salt.
Yeah.
I am told the vice president been yesterday on critic.
All right.
Critic, out of everybody, he going to sit down with critic. And not holding a press conference to talk to this nation about we oil. Man, what is happening in this land? You know, last Thursday, them had an online consultation, participation, presentation on the gas project. And I was shocked to hear how Bobby Gosai, a senior man in the ministry of the oil sector, behaved on a participant, a woman, a lawyer. After you listen to this man, you would want to believe he is selling the project as if it is his personal business. That program was not for the citizens to partake. It came over as if it's a done deal. My internet wasn't so great, so I was on and off. But it was sad to know these chaps, who's supposed to be the ones listening to our advice, our queries, our questions and suggestions and concerns, our input and so on, would have been accommodating rather than abuse out and a cost down. Kaieteur News, guys, reported on Friday. And I told you guys Friday night that Guyana is footing a bill, 1.3 million American dollars a day, renting 24 supply boats, supplying ExxonMobil projects out there. When you do the maths, 1 year amounts to 475 million American dollars. That's an expense coming out of we oil every year that Guyana pays to rent 24 boats alone.
Wow.
You know how much Guyana got last year? $300 and something million. You didn't hear me, Josh? We pay $475 million for rent 24 boat, and Guyana only get 300 and something. So let me ask this question, Josh. Who this oil out there belongs to, man? Can somebody tell me something? The people of this country? Or them boat owners? It's laughable, right? Yes, this is laughable.
Vexing.
Guys, when I saw that figure, I shudder to think what's going to happen when Liza 2, Liza 3 kick in. We would have a couple hundred boats fetching supplies to the operation out there that will cost alone. That will cost us billions in boats alone. Where is Guyana? Who's checking, Mr. Vice President? Who's checking, Mr. Ali? We having bills. We will be getting bills in the billions, and we collecting money in the millions. This is business. I can smile. Yes, this is business this country doing. And every jackman is silent in this land. I asked some friends yesterday if they would allow a crew to come and pick mango from the tree in the yard, and the expenses the crew take out in transportation, carrying in water and food and some other fine things in the yard every day, are worth more than the mango you're getting for the house. What you guys would do? Oh my God, they had to laugh. I say, yes, that is what is going on in this country. We are getting more expenses from the supply boats alone as to what Guyana getting. I am talking about real expenses. Guys, to pick the mango and transportation and transporting the mango. Me talk about that at all. I just talk about the going in, carrying a little food for them to pick the mango. The mango where you get in can't even fix the driveway. And you remember I tell you, I ain't said nothing about picking the mango, the cost for pick the mango there. I didn't bring in that yet. That's a huge cost. That is in the billions. I am talking just to carry in the little water, man. Just to carry in the little water for the men that walk for pick the mango. If this is not insanity, brothers and sisters, you need to tell me what is. You need those people in your yard? Sir?
Kick them out.
That's right.
Get rid of them.
That's right. You don't need them in your yard.
You're going to speak his mango.
It means your mango tree working for them, fattening them in all fashion. Few mangoes you get in. Let me repeat again, man. Guys, the mango you're getting will not be even able to sell to fix the driveway them using for go in and out the yard. Please keep that behind the back of your heads. It means you're in the negative with your loaded mango tree. And when all is gone, you're left with a broken up yard and hungry. Them 24 boats should have been owned by Guyanese. And Guyana should have been benefiting from that kind of expenses. Brothers and sisters, that is called local content. It is all part of local content. Guyana should have taken a loan and buy those boats so that all the money Exxon paying those boat owners, yes, should have come in Guyana pocket. The boats them using there ain't expensive. It's about 30 million US dollar for one. I don't check out the price. That 24 boats would have cost 720 million US dollars. Forgive us 30 boats. To give us the 24 boats. Which means in less than 2 years, you hear this? Less than 2 years, Guyana can pay back for the boats and have it for a lifetime doing business with the oil company, making real money. That is non-stop profit. Yes, all the money should have been coming in Guyana's pocket. All you have to do, after the 2 years, spend a few cents to maintain it and paint it up and stuff like that. Guys, you mean to tell me our financial gurus of this land can't see that? They should have figured out that before they even start drilling out there. I was told, listen to this one, Bernard. I was told Trinidad and Tobago is paying 10 to 15,000 US dollars for their supply boats. You hear that? I will confirm that. But I believe that is the real figure. I will confirm it. I know in my heart it is true. So what that telling us? We are being shafted 40,000 US dollar on each boat every single goddamn day, even if the boat work or doesn't work. We still getting shafted 40,000 American dollars a day. Y'all do the maths, man. 40,000. $40,000, 24 boats a day is 960,000 US dollar. It's $1 million US dollars a day. We getting shafted.
You have to look at this 4 times, almost 4
Man, we not even getting that from our oil. But you're getting that in bills.
But that's like almost 400% inflation.
Exactly.
Almost 4 times.
$1 million a day, 365 days, my friend, is $365 million US. Guyana didn't even get that the whole of 2019 and 2020.
You get 260 something million. Wow.
267.
Man, is what's going on in this land?
Both now 481 million.
Where is Dr. Duki, man? Dr. Duki is my friend. Is he in Guyana? Joshua in Guyana?
Yes, he is.
Please ask him to check these guys' brains, man. You know, one time he tell me he can do miracle with brains. Yes, the man tell me he could switch my brain to work in the reverse. True, he told me that. Oh,
You gotta get him on board.
oh, Dr. Duki, please fix these leaders' brains so it can work in a forward direction to see these bills, these inflated bills. Please, I beg you, man. Our local content policy, ladies and gentlemen, our local content policy done by our Caribbean brother, Mr. Anthony Paul, he mandates that all marine services, all boat services must be a priority for Guyanese. It's written in the policy. We just have to implement it. Guyana, let me tell you this. Guyana has to approve all the field development plans. Guyana has to approve all major contracts in the oil sector. So why aren't we? Why are we allowing the oil companies to give out these contracts in which we are being robbed in the hundreds of millions of US dollars? Why? Why, sir? Can somebody tell me, sir? Joshua, these contracts must be approved by our government, our leaders. That boat contract should be approved by our leaders. But they are allowing the Exxon people to give away the contracts to their own people, to their own friends, ripping us off big time. Every day we losing. Every day we losing billions upon billions. Why aren't we enforcing our own policy? May I ask? Why aren't we making these decisions? Why are we not in charge of these things? Like I said, Mr. President, you should have been calling the shots.
Yep.
You should have been telling Guyanese. You should have been telling Lall, go beg some money, borrow some money, and bring a boat to make some money here, brother. Y'all have Exxon bringing them own people for make business with our wealth, bro? Huh? Is what really you guys doing, man? All those supply boats, all the helicopter services, all plane services, every supply centers should and must be Guyanese own. It is mandated by the policy you guys have.
Have you ever read it?
Why Guyanese not the ones getting those contracts? Why everything is given to the foreign people? And the dog work, the sailors, the cooks and the guard, the maid work, left back for Guyanese people. Why we should take those jobs? Guys, Joshua, the money, them done met for the last 3 years alone, from them boats, them helicopters. They done pay out for all of them already.
Yep.
So right now what they're doing, they're making profits on all those boats. For the next 50 years, if oil is out there, they will be making profits only. Yes. That's all they're collecting, profit now. But, you know, they're spending a little change to paint them up and clean them up. Yeah. Guys, you remember how much land they give out to Exxon? Yeah, man. Joseph Harmon approved 58 acres for Exxon headquarters at Ogle. When that is finished, Joshua, the building they put up there, that will be another bill Guyana will have to pay to rent it. That might be 2 million US a day or a month. And now I heard they're hustling to build their own housing scheme too. Oh my. Wow. You know what that means for Guyana? Let me break it down simple, Joshua.
Please.
ExxonMobil will be renting all the houses in the scheme to their workers. And you know who will be paying? Yes. Another set of big money will be coming out from our oil as expenses. Man,
Beautiful Guyana.
is every sector they are making a killing.
Wow.
So the 1 and 2 places they are renting from Guyanese now, they will stop. And all the money will be going to Exxon housing scheme. It's everything they're going to take from you guys. And we all will become slaves. Yes, all over again. You see how much land they give for the hotels? They give those land at Ogle for hotels. That too is coming to fetch out our money by the billions. I talked about that already. The situation with us and these oil companies, Guyanese, is similar to a man come in your house, fetch out everything, and send you the canter bill.
Wow.
The hotels. Those hotels that is coming belongs to them, not Guyanese. They will make money by the trillions. The service centers, the supply boats will make trillions. We're losing by the trillions right now as I speak with that meter they're pumping oil there with. And guys, what is there for us? There's nothing. There is nothing, and our leaders not saying anything. You know, Josh, I live long enough to see how leaders use their wealth, their powers and position to foster confusion, division and hate. Maybe that's why somebody is trying to I can't pronounce the word, let me don't say that word before they give me another red flag on it. That's why they're messing with my web page. They use their powers by all means to destroy the foundation of righteousness. The religious book tells us leaders of countries who destroy the fabric of righteousness and refuse to follow the path of good actions, their entire land will be doomed.
Yes.
Guys, this is the behavior of some of our leaders in Guyana. Their opinion and words become law. And if anyone tries to oppose them, they will destroy that individual. Maybe that's what they're trying to do with me with the Kaieteur News website. Look around carefully and see how the man above tell we must have faith in him. We must trust in him. But he also said, faith without action is dead. Meaning, guys, you have to stand up and fight for your right. Your right is what is yours. Fight for justice. And please don't allow anyone to tamper with your livelihood, with your families. Because if you allow that, brothers and sisters, we will be just like them, the wicked. Yeah, man. I am tired of seeing all these wicked things they're doing. So you guys got to choose between righteousness and good. You got to choose between that two. You know, we carried a story today in which Trinidad lost 17 billion in 7 years by rushing into gas trade. And the man warns Guyana to take note, pay heed to that. Anthony Paul, that same brother, said that money Trinidad lose from 2010 to 2017, had Trinidad run its gas business in the right fashion, that 17 billion American dollars they lost could have paid off a significant portion of that country's national debt of $22 billion. By now they would have only got $5 billion debt. But they rushed and made huge blunders and mistakes. And now they realize how much they lose out. Guys, please take note. Trinidad been pumping oil and gas over 100 years now. And them got 22 billion US dollar debt. And everything dries up on them now. Guyana, with the way we are going, we will end up with 222 billion in debt.
Yes.
You guys know what I mean for future generations.
Yeah.
They will be working to pay for Jagdeo, Ali, Harmon, Granger, Jordan, and Tratman's them greed and stupidity. This is what is happening, guys, in several parts of Africa right now. They are paying France alone $500 billion every year. Every single year. And it's not Glenn Lall saying this. Jacques Chirac, the president of France, said that two years ago. They say if they don't get that 500 million out of Africa, overnight France would turn into a third world country, worse than Africa.
Yep.
Trinidad is now heading where Guyana was 20, 30 years ago. Because everything, like I said, is drying up now. Most of the, do you know most of the foreign currency, Bernard? Where it coming from? Guyana. Yeah, man. Yeah. Guyana is the backbone right now for Trinidad. If Guyana wasn't here, by now Trinidad would have already been like Guyana 30 years ago. Like the 24 boat service, then supply boats. Like them boats that we chartering, you gotta hear this one. We chartering planes every month to fly in and fly out ExxonMobil workers. Guyana doesn't know that. Yes. It doesn't matter if they got 10 persons or 60 persons. A plane is being chartered to come here 3-4 times a month to bring in 10 or to carry out 5 passengers. Guess who's paying that bill? Hi. Yes. Like the $55,000 a day supply boats, Guyana must be paying in the hundreds of millions for them charter planes. Man, I go in and beg for some money to buy a couple boat and maybe a couple plane. And if the World Bank smile with me, I want a couple of helicopters too and hotels.
I'm back with them.
I only hope Exxon will give me a little work with them.
You're not a friend.
Let me ask, man, Guyanese, you guys with me? Anybody coming on board with me? You coming on board with me?
Good.
Yeah, good. Right. I want you guys come.
They won't take us.
I see some of you smiling through the radio. Yeah, I want to join me. Yes, it's a good business we got to get into. We got to get into. Hear how disrespectful these people are. I should say here how much more disrespectful these people are to us. They have a special charter plane that sits in San Juan, Puerto Rico. That Guyana is paying for in case of an emergency. This is unthinkable, man. I go home early tonight and sleep. And if you all see me back on the radio, no, I am tired. Yes, I'm tired. Man, it's a special plane got to come, fly to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and sit down there doing nothing, but is being paid through Guyana's oil. They call that one the backup plane. Take the one. Take that one and go to bed and sleep. I think I'm getting tired. Trinidad, you gotta hear this one. Trinidad had 38,000 workers to check and approve every single cent them oil people wants to spend. Who or how much people Guyana has checking we oil and approving our oil expenses?
Not even 38.
How much we have? No, let me tell you, man. They have a few people sitting at the GMBA office, them checking to see if the radio, the TV and the cable people are paying their licensing fees, hustling to close them down. Guys, it is sad. It is sad what is happening in this land. I got to ask you who this oil belonged to. Are we these? The Guyanese people? Please sleep well. And may God bless all of you. I am tired. I am really tired. I give you enough there to call and tell me something. Please, let me hear you. Oh my, it's tired, Josh.
It was a mouthful, and it's a lot to digest this evening.
It's tired, man.
On the Glenn Lall Show. Thank you very much for your presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the moment, I guess, you really want to listen to after that presentation. You want to call and vent out, if you want to use that term. You can call us this evening on 226-7453, 226-7454. Let me remind you to be respectful when you're calling, but at the same time, please lower the volume of your radio or whichever device you're calling us from. Failure to do such, we will disconnect you this evening on the Glenn Lall Show. So 226-7453.
Guys, we paying $475 million a year for 24 boats.
Almost $500 million US, and that's one FPSO.
And you barely get 300 or something
And there's
million.
one FPSO. When you have three or four, well, three approvals, so add two comes out. That's a
Hello?
1.5 billion US.
Good evening. Your very first caller this evening on the Glenn Lall Show. Welcome.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
I always follow the program, and I'm just glad that Mr. General really highlighted over it. I mean, he was doing this even before we got oil, and the drilling even before. I remember years ago he talked about Exxon and what would have happened. And I didn't take it serious, but I mean, now we've seen the flotation going on. And I mean, look, I was listening to the president giving a statement about Guyana improving in their renewable energy. Why is he going to head with a gas to shore project and talk about renewable energy so much? I don't know what's really going on.
You want to talk about a Wednesday?
Yeah, well, because he said about renewable, but then you're going to head with one of the projects that everybody moving away from.
I'll talk about it Wednesday.
And the last government also had that under the cards too. So it seems to be our leaders. I don't know what to say, Mr. Genlal. I don't know.
You got to send them to Dr. Duki.
The way it's looking, Mr. Genlal, it seems to me the only way out with Guyana right now is if you have to go into parliament or into power or something. Something like that has to happen like that.
I'm doing a good job right here, brother.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know you're saying that now, but I believe that...
They're going to wake up, man. They're going to wake up. Don't do that. They're going to wake up. They're going to wake
I
up.
hope they do. I hope they do wake up.
As you call and talk about the gas to shore project, I'm gonna talk about it Wednesday.
Okay, Mr. Lall. All right,
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you very much, caller. You have another on the line? 226-7453 and 226-7454. Let me remind you that you can call us on 622-2222.
It is so sad that no one is checking our expenses.
Glenn.
And the government is not even telling us anything. anything.
That's just saying enough.
Glenn, look at the traffic and the infrastructure. Look at the traffic what's going on, the traffic situation. We only have one FPSO. And look at the nightmare we have with traffic. Look from Georgetown to Diamond. Look what happens in the afternoon. Right? I mean, Guyana, our Georgia is a small city. We have a limited infrastructure. It can only handle so much. It can only handle a certain amount. And yet our leaders are going around approving one project after another. Right? And you're not catering for the infrastructure to support that project. Right? They're going backwards. We haven't approved the project and then you're building infrastructure. It doesn't work like that.
Exactly. They're approving projects, not taking into consideration the impact those projects is having on our roadways. And you're only talking about the traffic. I did a special program on that already, in which I talk Guyana is moving backwards rather than forward with that. You know how much that traffic congestion is costing the economy?
Millions. Hundreds
Yes,
of millions.
it's holding back the country. And on the other hand, we are not getting anything from the oil. If you are getting the money from the oil, you can say it's worthwhile,
Exactly.
right? But you're not getting that. And these people like the backward, man. That's why you got to get Dr. Duki in it.
I have two questions.
Yes.
I'll ask you the first one. Someone is saying to Mr. Lall, with all due respect, you keep saying that we need to ask our leaders or press on our leaders. But I really want to ask you this evening, I'll be the devil's advocate. Do you think our leaders really understand? Do you think that they went through this contract with a fine-tooth comb?
I think they're smart enough to understand these things, man. A vendor, a cake shop, no. You got to check your expenses, man. You have to. That is the first thing in anything you do, in any business whatsoever. Whether if you sell plantain chip, you got to know the cost, your expenses. If the expenses override the chip, then it's a bad business. So you don't have to ask if they understand. They're turning a blind eye to all this thing that's going on. And the nation is suffering. And the question you got to ask is why they're turning a blind eye.
That was the next question.
And I keep asking the questions. They have to be getting something in the package.
Yeah.
Make they're so quiet. Something is there for them. Because it's mind-boggling, you know. You just can't fathom that. You can't come to grips to understand why a nation, why a country is not looking at the most important thing, to have insurance to protect we.
There we go.
To put a meter to check the oil.
There you go. Yeah.
Man, wait, you tell me they don't know they put water meter in everybody's house? Why they put it? Why they put meter at everybody apartment for electricity? So why they're not doing that? This country should rise up. All of us should get up one day and take to the streets
Yes.
and demand that these crap stop.
Yes. It's the hypocrisy and double standards.
This is not hypocrisy, my dear. We have to demand, like I told you guys, our Creator said, have faith and trust in Him.
Yep.
But then again, don't sit down and close your eyes. This is major what's happening in this land. When you look at these costs, man, you gotta open your eye, you gotta wake up, you gotta stand up, you gotta speak out. And they're all quiet.
Yeah.
We should be going and throw our tents and our bed in front all of them homes. That's what we have to do. And demand that they come out of the house and speak to us and change this immediately. This is nonsense. This is total nonsense.
I can feel the pain in this other person that messaged us here, and they said, Mr. Lall, I'm very emotional. I'm tired of this, Mr. Glenn Lall. What can we do to convince this government to make a change in the contract?
I am tired too, Joshua. When you hear an 85-year-old woman can tell a relative to text me and tell me she feels like crying
Yes.
after listening to my program.
Speaks volume.
You know, it speaks to the depth
Correct.
of how people beginning to understand what's happening in this land.
I agree with you. Yeah.
And people doesn't have money to put biscuits in the children lunch kit. What's wrong with y'all, man? David Granger not saying anything too.
Where is he?
President Ali not is focusing in the wrong direction.
Yep.
No clue.
Man, if you guys don't do something or tell me to do something, I will come off this radio station and maybe join the ExxonMobil and jam them and Harmon. Come on, man. No. It's too much. It's too much.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Miss Harris.
Yes, sir.
Every time we hear about these things, so today we're talking about the boats. How many million was it?
475 million for 24 boats.
Every time we get a figure, it's a figure that can do amazing things for Guyanese
Of course.
and for the infrastructure. Every time it's 400 and something million here, 300 and something million here. You can imagine what would happen if we invested that into our educational system,
Exactly.
into our infrastructural system,
Exactly.
into our healthcare system,
Beautifully said.
into our agricultural system.
Lovely, man.
What would happen then? But we're not seeing anything. We're not seeing any kind of progress, or we're not seeing any kind of development because it's being squandered.
For the last 2-3 years, it's almost a full year budget we actually lose out there.
Constantly.
Come on,
We're
man.
giving away chunks of
Come
our
on,
budget.
Jack. Dave, you
for
guys
no
are too
reason.
smart for this thing, man.
It makes no business sense.
You guys are too smart to allow this to happen to this nation. People snatching umbrella and tennis roll bag from the brothers and sisters to eat.
Yeah.
And you guys not seeing this, man? Come on.
Caller, good evening.
Come
Welcome
on.
to the Glen Lall Show.
Hi, good night,
Good night.
Mr. Glen Lall. You, Josh, the panel.
Good night.
My contribution tonight is that simple. I think both sides of our governments are compromised, and I think it's time that we, the citizens, break from these two sets of people that have no way forward for us, and let's go to them as a team and ask them as a body. Let Guyana wake up and go to them and ask them what's going on with our wealth. What business are you doing for us? And what business are you doing with ExxonMobil? That's my contribution. But we need an uproar presently in this nation for them to talk, because they're silent for too long.
Thank you.
They're silent. And I think only a massive protest in this land can wake them up. A massive protest. You got to have it on the Essequibo coast in Borbis, the entire east and west Demerara all over, and shut down the whole country. We should call a day to shut down this country, and we can't wait till next week or next month. That's how quick this thing got to happen. This is I pass what is going on in this land. You barely getting $300 and something million. And you spend, you giving away money like that? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Guyanese. No, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to your children. Don't do that to future generations. They will have very nasty things to say about us when they have to work like the Africans working to feed France right now. You know, I never forget the French ambassador come here to tell us, oh, well, he will speak to French Guyana to buy electricity from Guyana. This man is past people in this land. You got Suriname producing right next door to French Guyana. Why you don't go tell Suriname to produce, to supply? We can't even supply batik or linden with our project. And this man come tell me, I'm going to ask them. You know, this is the kind of crap they come and tell us. But they don't come to the real media. They go to critic turn them mouthpiece now for the government. What a Guyana this
Good
is.
evening and welcome to the Glen Lall Show.
What a Guyana this
Hi,
country
good
is.
evening,
Good evening.
Mr. Lall. I have a question for you, Mr. Glen Lall. Some of these contracts were signed by the PNC government, by this guy, this Chapman, whatever his name is.
Chapman.
And why are you just blaming the PPP for everything.
Thank you.
And you're just bashing them.
Hold on the line.
I think
Hold on
you
the line.
should,
Hold on the line. Hold on the
just
line.
give me a minute more, please.
Hold on the
I
line.
think you should be pointing some fingers in the direction of the PNC. And another thing too, Critic is a Guyanese citizen, and I think he represented our country under a dictatorship regime, the PNC, and he fought for democracy. He was in the front line. So I don't see any reason why you could make such derogatory remarks about Critic.
Hold on the line.
Thank you.
Hold on the line, please. Don't come off.
Okay.
Don't come off. Don't come off. Don't come off. I am not saying anything derogatory about Critic. That's one. I am saying if your leaders of this land has a message for the Guyanese people, for him to go sit down with a man like Critic. Critic for Lall is not a journalist. He worked for me. So I understand who he is. And I let me go back. Let me go back. Wait, let me go back. Please hold.
Okay.
Hold. Let me go back. If the leaders of this land have a message for the Guyanese people, the right thing all leaders around this world do, my friend, they hold a press conference and invite the entire press.
Correct.
Let me go back.
Okay.
Let me go back to your question about bashing the PPP government. Yes, the PNC under Trotman signed that Exxon contract. The PPP know it. The PPP said it, that they will, when they get him back into power, they will do the necessary changes. They are back in power, and everything is in their hands right now to correct it and to just ask, listen to me carefully, just ask for a renegotiation. And they're not even doing that. So go ahead.
Yeah, but I think I heard on some live program, I can't remember who exactly was speaking, that it was an Afghanese guy. He was saying they are putting things on the table right now. And let me go back to Critic. Now, when we had the big fight for the election,
my dear, stop. I am not dealing with election, baby. I am dealing with our pockets, and let's stick to that. Let's deal with our pockets. Our pockets.
My point to,
our pockets.
I need to make a point.
No. Our pockets.
My point to you.
My dear.
When we need people to speak
my dear.
when our general election was on.
My dear, listen to me carefully. I am talking about our pockets.
Correct.
Everybody fought for democracy. Lall fought for democracy with his radio station and his newspaper.
Say it again.
Every media house did that, with the exceptions of a few. Critic is a one man, and he played his role. That's fine. We are not talking about that, my dear. I am focusing on everybody's pockets, our livelihood, my dear. And I am not bashing anybody or any people in particular. I am saying that our government, this government here now, has the opportunity to bring about that change, to put money in our pockets and put money in your pockets too, my dear, and your children's pocket, and to safeguard your future generation. That's all we are dealing with. Thanks anyway for that call. Yeah.
Good evening to you, caller, and welcome to the Lall Show.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. Good night, Glenn.
Good night.
My contribution tonight is, Glenn, you're doing a very fantastic job. And, I want to say to Guyanese, so wake up. It's time you wake up. What Glenn is saying is not about PNC and APNU and PPP. I see on the Facebook some people commenting and saying, why you don't talk, Chatmon signed this thing, and Chatmon signed, but I listened to the vice president when he was the general secretary in the party. I think he still is. And he said he could change this lopsided contract and bring about the best for Guyana and make sure Guyanese get jobs. And this when they were in opposition.
Exactly.
Now the man, you know what the man doing? The man going to one man critic and say, oh, I part this nation.
Exactly.
And that critic he going and no press conference about this aisle, no nothing about nothing. And you know, people say, Guyanese, you accepting this? It's time you wake up. This man have to go to the and have call the media and have a press conference. That's what when he was in opposition every week. He got a press conference, this and this and this. Now when he's in there now, vice president, no press conference, no nothing. You're telling us nothing. You got plans, but sure, to bring the gas for sure. No press conference and enlightened Guyanese, nothing.
Exactly.
And think this program with Glenn got, I listen to it every day. It's there. The rebroadcast, everything, and it make my blood boil. What is going on with these leaders? And they're quiet. They're quiet with our wealth. Our wealth. And when they got to say something, they run into the online radio station and to critic. I listened to a question on the online radio station. Asked some to the vice president about the billions of dollars that is losing out and thing. And Glenn Lall is fighting for money for the people and we should get so much. The vice president was that we only get 300 million last year for the aisle. So how we can get people? You should shame for saying that. That is what they're accepting. You should 300 million alone for last year, and that's what you just that's the answer, and you beat around the question with the man asked you. More billions of dollars we losing out, and this look at these aisle boards where they got with how much money they're paying out, 4-something million.
Exactly.
You pay to these boards, and we only get insurance for the year. That's business. There's nobody checking, nobody doing nothing. They can't already aisle nothing. Guyanese, it's time we come out from this road. Glenn, let me say this. You gotta call on these people and we gotta get a day when we gotta do this, we gotta do it, and we gotta come out with numbers and let these leaders know we mean business. We mean business in this country. This, you know.
And we gotta do it quickly. And we gotta do it quickly, bro.
For releasing this contract. But I wanna say one thing. Before this contract signed, when this contract go he read this contract and see it, and he allowed them to sign it. Remember, this was not one man show. Harman said they were part of it. Chatman wasn't doing it on his own. He was not Lone Ranger.
Hold.
And this man signed this, allowed them Chatman to sign this thing, this messed up thing. It's sick leaders we have in this country. What kind of leaders we have in this country? But I hope that they're listening. Guyanese mean business. Glenn, thank you. Okay, let me give somebody else a chance. Have a good night. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. I must tell you that he held a press conference on the Gas to Show project and tell the reporters don't record nothing. I was there. Yeah, that's the kind of project they're giving us. I'm going to talk on it Wednesday, man. I promised the guy to talk Wednesday on it. Go ahead. Hello.
No, go ahead.
You're live.
Sir.
You're live on here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the program on Wednesday.
Thank you.
And with this callers that you're going to be calling, I think you should focus on biased callers because most likely they can subject you to all kind of different talks. And that's bad. But we got people like that and just got to pray for them.
Yeah.
What happened?
That's okay. I don't mind the calls. I can handle the calls. Don't worry about it. But I just want them to understand and focus on where I am focusing. I'm focusing on our pockets, brother. That is what life is about. You know, I have traveled a bit and I've seen this world and I've seen how people live. I have seen how animals, our animals here in Guyana, our dogs in Guyana, live better than people who look like me and you, excuse me, in other parts of the world.
True.
People go to bed hungry. by the hundreds of millions across this world without a meal. And no dogs in Guyana goes to bed hungry. That's how bad, that's how bad this world is, man. Right? And I am foreseeing that all our wealth will vanish, will disappear. And I am foreseeing future generations will be living like those people I saw across this world. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. By getting our leaders to understand that. And let's stand up and correct it, man. This thing is eating people's soul. I know plenty friends who can't stand it. One lady tell me, Glenn, I have to take my blood pressure tablet to listen to you. You know, there's so many things people text and tell me. I'm ashamed to tell you guys. And we cannot allow this to happen, man. I am so thankful, right? I'm so thankful, I'm so happy that every day I meet people and they would ask me, man, you got to take care of your health. And I tell them, no. The man above takes care of my health. That I'm never sick. I got no blood pressure. Nothing, no diabetes, nothing, Glenn Lall have. Nothing whatsoever.
Keep you to pray, to have you in my prayers.
Thank you.
This pandemic is really having a serious effect on this country, and with this, of course, I mean, we're feeling the effect, but it's just that I don't know what to say. I gotta pray more or something, and
yeah.
I mean, like you say, come out, pray without action is nothing.
It's
so
nothing, yeah.
I'm there. I support you.
Thank you.
You know, every cause I'm there.
Thank you so
I'll
much.
send him a picture as well too.
Yes, you can WhatsApp me. Thank you. And share these videos, man. Share these videos. We got to get people to understand what is going on. Before it's too late, we got to do it fast.
Yeah, well,
we got to do it quickly, brother.
Well, as I come into contact with people, I let them know. But the facts that you tell me, what I just do is try to replay the video and go on the internet and Google. So that way now I would have direct facts and according to what I say.
Yeah.
So
everything.
I look forward to
everything is there on the Kaieteur radio page. Every program is there.
Yeah, and when I reference Google, I see the same thing. So now I'm fully aware. Thank you.
You're welcome. I do all my fact checking before I jump on this radio, bro. You understand? Because I don't want to say anything out of place. Or anything that they challenge me on. Imagine $30 million, less than $30 million, we can put a cable and put a meter, and President Ali can see every drop of oil that comes up there, so that no oil company can rob us. And these guys will not do that. Can you imagine that, man? Huh?
Man, I sit on here and like I dumbfounded right now.
Exactly.
These are things that should be already be put into place.
Man, the meter is the first thing you have to get before you even bring the ship.
Yeah. My house got meters, like you said, water meter,
exactly.
Electricity meter, everything.
Exactly. So why they're not doing that? I would like that. I would like that call and talk about election campaign to listen to that exact thing. Unless she asked them why they're not putting in a meter to check the oil that is coming up.
She was just biased, man. What happened in this life, a lot of people come at you like that.
Yeah, but I understand. No. I understand. I understand. You have them in all sections of life. That they're so ingrained. They're so attached. They're so much in love with their party and their party people that they're blinded to their pockets. They're blinded for the future generations, bro. And that's fine, I understand that. I'm saying it's okay to love your PPP. It's okay to love your PNC or your AFC or what C. Even if a KFC, it's okay. Right? It's okay to love them, man. But let us look at where our food. Look where our food is disappearing from our plate.
Yeah.
And when it's done, And when it's done, you will left to eat mud. There is a country, I don't remember, maybe I'll tell you Wednesday, that they're making, not what country, man, right now Haiti. Haiti. The people don't have food. They take the mud and they mix it with butter and salt and bake it and eat it just for full the stomach. Mud cake they call it. Exactly. Exactly, mud cake. That's what people are doing across this world to eat. While the white folks living the life of kings and queens with our money, man.
With our money, exactly.
What is going on in this land? With our money? Why shouldn't we live comfortable? I mean, I understand they're going to thief. Thieving is something that been happening since Noah Biliak. You always a conmen and conwomen, man. But come on, don't do us this. I asked the exam people, plain and straight, if you guys don't have shame, knowing that Guyanese, the population is so small, take care of us, man. Give us something decent so we can survive. And let us left something for future generations. You know what the individual tell me? Watch me in the face and say, Glenn Lall, you asking me if we don't have shame? The individual said, Glenn, you should ask your leaders if they don't have shame to sign such a contract. I was dumbfounded after I got that answer. I was dumbfounded, bro. I could not respond. I was like shocked.
Yeah. It would shock me too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
But they're unbelievable, man. It's going on far too long with the timber, with the gold,
yes,
and
yes.
all the other things them that you said.
Yes.
Now it's time that we have the internet and that we should share these videos and
exactly.
Be aware of what's going on out there and not just in our homes or near our loved ones. No.
When they're not, let me tell you this one, when they're not attacking the website and trying in all angles to come after you, they're going after your employees. You know, I got one girl left with me. A girl named Kiana Wilberg.
Wow.
I don't think she'll be upset with me. They don't attack her.
Oh, special good. Well,
they don't attack her. They don't attack her to leave me. They're trying to steal her.
Well, I saw what they tried to do with you a time too. This this grenade thing and this guy. So I just be very prayerful for you.
Thank you.
Me. I mean,
thank you.
In this life, there's the most I could do, and
thank you.
The most I could do was if you say come out, I would come out.
Thank you.
Other than that,
I
can always show my support and prayer.
Share the videos. Thanks a lot, right? And have a good night.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Same to you, sir.
That was a wrap there of the Glenn Lall Show rebroadcast. Let me remind you that tomorrow at 3 p.m. at 15 hours, you can join us for a special Christmas Day edition of the Glenn Lall Show. Let me quickly remind you what we will be talking about. We'll be talking about the PPP move into Parliament on Wednesday to legalise thievery on our own money. You can hear more about that on the Glenn Lall Show tomorrow, Christmas Day at 3 p.m. We encourage you to call your friend and tell your friend and let them know that we will have a very short program for you. We hope that you're going to pay very keen attention to that program. But in the meantime, we will continue with Kaieteur Radio here. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. here on frequencies 99.1 and the 99.5 FM, The Glenn Lall Show. Remember, The Glenn Lall Show is only on Kaieteur Radio, and we are the radio with a difference. Have a great evening, everybody. Merry Christmas, and may God bless you.